Hello. In this video, I will help you learn the importance of peer editing, as well as some peer editing skills. This way, the next time you edit a colleague's paper, it will be at its absolute best. As you all probably know, there are two roles in the peer editing process. The author, who submits a work of literature to be reviewed, and the peer editor, who leaves constructive feedback, remarks, and questions on the author's work. In this video, we will be focusing mainly on the impact that the peer editor has on the author's work of literature. To start things off, allow me to help you understand why peer editing is so important. Everyone is unique when it comes to writing. Since a young age, we have all read pieces of writing, some of which were the same as others. However, each person perceived the writing piece differently. The way we perceive the piece has helped us all develop our own style of writing. This means, as one proofreads his or her own work upon completion, the chances of finding an outlying error are slim to none. Having someone with a different writing style can help because he or she will perceive your work differently, allowing errors to make themselves appear more easily. Although errors can be found more easily, some people still have issues conducting peer editing to a high enough degree that will benefit the author in making his or her work better. Because of this, people often ask, how can I become a better peer editor? The answer to that question resides in an organized and constructive review process. The review process is composed of strategies which include asking questions, leaving reasoning for all comments, both negative and positive, focusing on large aspects before smaller details, and leaving an endnote concluding your thoughts on the author's work. The first strategy is to ask questions. Questions capture reader response and create a form of communication between the author and the peer editor. The author needs to know how readers will perceive his or her work. Asking questions will give the author an idea of what the reader is thinking. A second strategy is to leave reasoning for your comments. When peer editing work, people often leave comments such as, I agree, or sounds good. The problem with writing only these comments is that they sound too vague, and it leaves the author clueless as to what he or she has done well. When commenting or critiquing on a piece of work, leave reasoning and explain what the author has done well or what the author must do to change what they already have. A third strategy is to focus on the larger aspects of the work before digressing to the smaller details. A large aspect, also known as a global aspect, refers to the work's idea as a whole. As a peer editor, it is important to make sure that the author does not revert from the topic of his or her work. This also means it is best that you read the whole text before making any comments. Doing so will allow you to discover the central purpose, audience, and organization of the work. Although global aspects are more important, smaller details also have a large impact. When focusing on smaller details, try and look out for errors in punctuation, grammar, and spelling. Also, look at the author's word usage. Try to help the author by notifying them when you see words being repeated too often or words that do not complement the complexity of its nature. The final strategy is to use an endnote. An endnote summarizes your thoughts, comments, and questions on the work. Make sure to include the most important changes that the author must make. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has taught you about the importance of peer editing, as well as given you an idea of how you can edit a peer's work more effectively in the future.